the government of Ghana has increased its cocoa prices from 800 Ghana cedis for a bag to 1,308 Ghana cedis. And this is a 63.5% increment. Everybody is excited about this news.
The international market is beginning to pick up, and government, in keeping with our promise to our gallant cocoa farmers, has today increased cocoa prices from 12,800 cedis per ton to 20,943 cedis per ton, or 1,308 cedis per bag.
And almost every international media platform is talking about it. But we also need to talk about why this is a 3.5% increment and what it means to farmers in the country.
I ride myself on the gold more than cocoa. Government can never stop galamsey in this Ghana at all. I have the gold, I have plenty money in my pocket, so I don't mind cocoa. Look, I'm now cutting it off, you see. It is my own bonafide property. Nobody can stop me.
But before we start, please don't forget to like the video and also subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Now, let's dive into it. This is the trade view of cocoa on the world market. And as we all can see, the prices of cocoa have been on uptrend lately. This is the reason why the government of Ghana has been able to increase prices of cocoa in the country. And it is a positive development for cocoa farmers and the cocoa industry as a whole. They did that for several reasons, but in this video we would like to talk about just 4 of them. And the number 1 reason is to meet the demands of the chocolate industry. In fact, the global chocolate industry is growing and demands for cocoa beans is increasing. So the increase in prices is intended to ensure that Ghana has enough cocoa beans to meet the demands of the chocolate industry. Now let's look at a brief history on how the prices of cocoa has influenced effort in its increased production since colonial times. During the colonial times, British chocolate manufacturers began buying cocoa beans in Ghana. The purchasing of the commodity was led by W.A. Cadbury, a subsidiary of Cadbury Brothers. Then in the 1930s, the government realized the importance of cocoa to the lives of farmers and the country's economy. So they took over the industry by setting up a body for buying monopoly. That body is what we know today as Cocoa Marketing Board, Cocoa Board. Apart from the buying monopoly this body was meant for, it was also created to protect farmers from volatile price fluctuations, and this was to encourage more production. The body helped the country to become the world's leading producer of cocoa after its first official export of 2 bags in 1893. In the 1970s, the world price of cocoa fell by 2/3, and Ghanaian farmers were receiving only 40% of the world market price. Because of that, some farmers stopped cultivating cocoa, and that affected the country's total yield at the world market. So Ghana lost its position as the leading cocoa producer to Cote d'Ivoire. And this clearly shows that the prices of cocoa have an influence on its total yield. The second reason is something we all know, and it is to boost the income of cocoa farmers. Cocoa farmers in Ghana are often poor because of the low prices they receive for their cocoa beans, which have made it difficult for them to make a good living. Ghana and Ivory Coast are the world's top cocoa producers. In the year 2022, these 2 countries boycotted meetings with the World Cocoa Foundation on cocoa sustainability. This is all because the chocolate industry is not treating the cocoa industry fairly, because the cocoa industry receives only 6% of the profit of about $130 billion of the chocolate industry.
Farmer, if you look at the data, cocoa farmers, and you look also at the market, are not being paid even what is enough to cover the cost of production. And this is the market price associated to the cocoa. So if the farmer cannot get to this decent income, how can we tell the farmer that he should care about environment and other things.
So the increase in cocoa prices now should help improve the income and the living standards of cocoa farmers in Ghana. The third reason is to help prevent cocoa smuggling. Yeah, Ghana is a major cocoa producer, as we all know, but it also has a problem with cocoa smuggling. Farmers sometimes sell their cocoa beans to smugglers who take them to neighboring countries like Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, and Togo, where they can get higher prices for the cocoa beans. According to the Chief Executive Officer of Cocoa Board, between 100,000 and 200,000 metric tons of cocoa beans have been smuggled out of Ghana to neighboring countries from January in this year alone. So this increase in prices is here to help make it more profitable for farmers to sell their cocoa beans through official channels. Now, the fourth and the last reason is to help improve the quality of cocoa beans. Low cocoa prices have discouraged many farmers from investing in their farms. Some are even selling their cocoa farms to illegal gold miners, and that is affecting the country very much.
You see this piece of land, I took over about 300 million from it. Just 2 months. I built my own 2 rooms at Wadi Makasi, but I worked 20 years without buying even a single plot. Now I have my own premises. So I rely myself on the gold more than cocoa. Government can never stop galamsey in this Ghana at all. I have the gold, I have plenty money in my pocket, so I don't mind cocoa. Look, I'm now cutting it off, you see. It is my own bonafide property. Nobody can stop me to stop cutting my own cocoa tree. You plant it for me?
So this increase in prices will encourage farmers to invest in their farms and improve the quality of their cocoa beans. So that is all for today's episode. Let us know your thoughts and suggestions on this inside the comment section below. My name is Sheriff Haruna. Have an amazing life and see you in our next video. Macrao.